guys, what's good? Welcome back to CCTV. Today I just want to make a really quick video to address how to be unapologetic. A lot of people message me and they're always saying like, I'm really happy, I'm really bubbly, I seem really confident, and I really seem like I don't care about what anybody thinks about me. All these things are very true. Also, disclaimer I will say is that I'm not always happy, bubbly and confident, but to be fair, 80% of the time I am. When I do have down days, I only really get down for like a day or two and then I'm like back up, because me personally, I can't take the downward energy. You know, I'm very uplifted. That's just what I do. People want to know like how did I become this person, or whatever the case may be. First of all, I will say that I wasn't always like this. I wasn't always outgoing. I wasn't always bubbly. I wasn't always confident, and I let things, insecurities and what other people think really affect me back in the day. I think the first thing you have to do if you really want to live your life and be unapologetic and really not care about nobody or not give a about what anybody thinks about you or what you do, is you really have to discover yourself. You have to block everybody else out and really look at you, really look at your flaws, look at your insecurities, look at things that you've been through, look at things that have hurt you, things that have affected you. You have to look at the things you've done wrong, because trust me, you've done wrong, okay? That's the main thing. You need to discover that you are not perfect. It wasn't meant to be perfect either. You can't be perfect. No matter how much you try, nobody in this world is going to be perfect. So you have to understand that. So you go and look at yourself and you say, okay, what's not perfect about me? What don't I like about myself? What has happened to me that has affected me, that has made me insecure? What was it? Was it that relationship with that guy that put you down and told you that you was ugly? Was it a situation where you lost somebody, you just turned to comfort eating and you put on weight and now you hate the way you look about yourself? You have to address all the insecurities and flaws you have in yourself. If you have a bad attitude, why do I have a bad attitude sometimes? Is there something that triggers it? Whatever it is that you feel is a negative thing about you, or other people have made you feel negative about, because that's another video about allowing other people to impose their energies on you. But what other people have deemed to be negative about you, you really have to face those things. And I feel like a lot of the time why people can't be unapologetic is because they don't face their insecurities and they don't face their flaws. They don't want to admit that they have flaws. They want to think that they're perfect. But the minute you start thinking you're perfect, you start thinking you're better than other people. And when you think you're better than other people, it doesn't afford you to have any flaws. So when you're there trying to be this perfect being who's better than everybody else, what that creates is a fake persona. It's fraud, and you are not being unapologetic because you're living in fraudery. And that's something that I stopped doing a very long time ago, because I can even admit that one of my flaws was that I was trying to be too perfect at one point. So you have to really address the hurt you've been through, address the obstacles you've been through. You have to look at it and say, wow, like at that point in my life I literally didn't have no money, or at this point in my life I literally didn't have no friends, and the reason why I didn't have no friends is because I had a bad attitude, because I had been hurt by friends in the past and it made me feel like A, B, C and D. I didn't have money at a certain time because, you know, when I did have money and I saved up all my money, I spent it on clothes and I didn't put anything down for a rainy day. And then when it was a rainy day, I didn't have any money and it made me feel like A, B, C and D. And this is why I'm so like pro mental health, and I feel like everybody should see a therapist at some point in their life. Therapists and counselors and psychologists actually help you to unpack these things that you have inside of you. And I'm not scared to say that I've sat down with a counselor before. I've sat down with a therapist. So I'm quite used to and comfortable with talking about things I've been through that might have affected me in a negative way, because by doing that I understand that I can turn around and make it positive. So basically I'm very aware of myself and everything I've been through, and so because I'm aware of these things, nobody can really affect me with their energy or what they feel about me or what they think about me, because whatever it is that they think and feel really has nothing to do with me. But a lot of the time people impose their own issues and their own insecurities and their own baggage that they haven't unpacked in their self. They start, because they're living this fraudery perfect person life, they start to impose what is really them onto you. And the great thing about being unapologetic is that when you know yourself and you've unpacked all of your own issues and you know who you are, it really doesn't affect you to that accord. I think the main thing is just understanding that you are not a perfect person. You are not perfect. You are gonna make mistakes. You are gonna have flaws. Address them, look at them, try to do better, understand why you got there, you know, forgive yourself for things that you've done, forgive yourself for making mistakes, forgive yourself for making the wrong decisions, and be confident in who you are in establishing that. And as a young person, I'm talking about like in your early teens, 20s coming up, to be honest, you're probably not going to be able to do that because it is definitely a learning progress. I feel like at my age, I'm just like literally in the last couple of years, I'm just coming to find out like who the hell I really am, girl. Like before this, I was very confused. So maybe if you're younger and you're listening to this, you should just for now understand that you're gonna make mistakes. When you make mistakes and when you're hurt or when you're down or when you're feeling, speak about it. Even if it's just to somebody that you can trust, like a friend, or if you can't speak to anybody about it, it sounds mad, but speak to yourself about it. Like literally sit in front of the mirror, look at yourself and speak to yourself and ask yourself questions. Ask yourself why you've done this, why you've done A, B, C or D, why you feel like A, B, C or D. Get it out, because once you get it out and you realize all of where this is built up from, all of where your actions, your energies or your negativity or your insecurity is built up from, a lot of the time you can just diminish it. Even if people try to throw that back at you, because you know you've already unpacked it and dealt with it, you can just throw it back at them and it literally will bounce off of you. And that's why I ultimately don't give like, I don't care about what nobody's got to say about me or what they think, anything that they want to bring up about me. I've already unpacked it. I already know, boo. I'm cool with myself. The question is, are you cool with yourself? Get cool with yourself. Try to also be your own best friend. And don't get me wrong, because I have well, you know, I've had to cut off a few fools, but I have a bunch of friends. However, I love my company. I think I'm a dope girl, like I just am. And this is probably why I sit here and do YouTube to a camera, and I'm cool with that because I like my own energy. Like I know my energy is good, I know I'm godly, I know my heart is full of love, so I like my own energy. I like spending time with myself. I like spending time with my friends, don't get me wrong, but I'm good with myself. That's why I'm not, you know, out here desperate for a man, like all of these things, because I've become to know myself. Get to know yourself, spend time with yourself, go out on spa dates by yourself, you know, do things by yourself. Like learn to love yourself, I think is the ultimate key. I feel like a bit of a pastor today, but I felt like I had to come and give you guys that message because I know a lot of people, you know, are not very confident or feeling insecure about themselves, and that's okay. That's something that you can definitely do. Just unpack it, just address it. Don't let it pent up and up and up and up until you're in a place now where you're lost, or you know, you feel like you haven't got any support, or you feel like you're sinking into a hole and can't come back, or you are trying to play like everything's so perfect while you've got all this inside of you and you end up spilling it out as bad energy onto other people. So guys, if you've ever experienced anything like this, or you kind of get the vibe of what I'm talking about, comment below. Let me know if you like this video. If you did like this video, then give it a thumbs up, and I will see you all in my next video. I love you guys so much. You've done already. I'll see you in my next one. Mwah.